Live. All right. Lego. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Academy Sports Show right here from the Academy Sports Show studios.
Yes, cool.
It is a beautiful, cold, frostbitten Thursday night right here in the D. We appreciate you guys listening. As always, if you're listening either via the Purple Podcast app on your iPhone, go ahead and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. If you're listening via SoundCloud, make sure you subscribe to that as well. Find our faces, type in Academy Sports Show. The caricature of my face and his face shall pop up, and you will follow it. We appreciate it, man. And then all our modes of social media are both Instagram and Facebook, Academy Sports Show. Make sure you follow that. But the most important is the YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
That YouTube.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and trigger that bell.
Yep.
That way you get a notification every time we go live, as we are right now. I'm your host, Andre Douglas, and next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
What up, doe? It's the cold one in the D. It's so cold in the D. Yeah, you're right. And I'm not even from here, so I don't take pride in that song. But what's up, everybody? It's good to have you tonight. Thank you for joining us here on another show, Academy Sports Show Live tonight. Man, it's a lot to talk about. A little bit to talk about. A lot to talk about. I mean, you know. It's between the big game,
Man.
And so it's kind of a lot.
You watching the Pro Bowl skills competition tonight?
I would actually like to watch that. What time is it coming on?
9.
I should record it. It's fun to watch with the sun. We can set the DVR right here live. That's what we do on live YouTube-ish, all right? Hey, but a lot to talk about, though. Listen, man, conference championships have taken place. We're going to give you our wrap-up on that. We got to wrap a bow, put a bow on that, wrap it up, talk about it. What did you think? Things went down.
I was wrong.
Man, Packers got blown out, and Kansas City and Tennessee was a little bit of a battle. And it went like we know it went. But we'll give you our take on that and our early thoughts on the Super Bowl coming up in Miami between the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. We have a show next week, so we will not be predicting on tonight. We will just be giving our early thoughts about this Super Bowl as we slowly move forward into Super Bowl week next week and finally into the big game on Sunday, February the 2nd.
Yep.
Plus, in NBA news, LeBron edges Luka as the captain of the All-Star game with Giannis. All-Star starters have been announced. As you know, mid-February is the NBA tradition of what we know to be the All-Star game in Chicago. We'll maybe share our little thoughts on that. Zion debuted last night. Word on the street, Coach Gentry says he's feeling fine after his stellar debut. The chosen one, the next great one, had a good game. They still lost, but he had a good game. So we'll share our thoughts on that. Plus, Dre's got a couple of good questions for you. Lions fans out there, some questions we want to pose because you know the NFL season is coming to an end, and when it does, everybody in the league, all 32 teams, are now dreaming of a Super Bowl opportunity next year because we will be into the offseason and looking forward to the draft, which for some of our franchises remain nameless. The draft is their Super Bowl, and then after that, there's no hope. And you definitely want to be with us on the night of the draft. It's always epic YouTube television here on the Academy Sports Show. So it's that and maybe a little bit more tonight on the Academy Sports Show Live.
All right, we'd like to pay the bills here at Academy Sports Show. One being, if I can get this thing to work, Vaughn's Plumbing. Mike Vaughn's Plumbing, both licensed and insured, provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's getting up to cold, waterproof, and a daily home services, call them at
313-304-7786.
VaughnsPlumbing.com. Also gives you a map of all the areas that they service as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man
313-304-7786
because he is the real MVP.
Most valuable plumber.
Yes, sir.
Also, don't forget, if you're interested in massage therapy, you're aching, you're having some issues because you've been in the gym with your New Year's resolutions trying to lose a little weight. I know we're doing Biggest Loser at work, and I got some work to do. You need to get with the folks at Be Well Integrated Massage Therapy. They've got a special new year, new clients, Special, all new clients will receive an additional 15 minutes added to their massage services if you book between January 1st and February 29th of 2020. Hit them up at 313-472-5048, or you can email them at bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com, and you can tell them the boys from the Academy Sports Show sent you over. Hey, listen, it's the new year. We just want you to be well.
Hey, I'm ready to be well. All right, so as Joe said in the rundown today, first on the docket, we have a Super Bowl matchup starting next week. The Super Bowl is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. We had two games to get to that point. First, it was San Francisco versus the Packers. Then the Titans. Shout out to the Titans.
For
making it this far.
Shout out to the Titans.
The Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Your thoughts?
Isn't working, bro.
I'm trying to.
I don't like to be accused.
Tripod.
I don't like to be accused of camera hogging.
I'll scoot over a little bit. That way you can get in the camera.
Yeah, but then you got to get in the camera.
I don't care. I need a sliver of me is enough. So first up, that NFC game, man. I know we both had hope for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, but they got obliterated. Your thoughts on the San Francisco's dominant performance? The San Francisco's.
Listen, man, it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad, man.
Outclassed.
Listen, and I said, and listen, let me start. We picked them, right?
Yeah.
I picked the 49ers. And it was tough because you know I wanted to pick my boy.
You did.
But after you saw what happened during the season, the only question was, would that happen again? Or would they learn something and be able to make some type of adjustment? I think at the end of the day, the 49ers are the better team.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers he doesn't have enough on the outside. And the 49ers knew that.
Yeah.
You know, it was simple. We know you can't beat us with just Devontae Adams. Like, that's not happening. So our pass rush is good enough to where we don't have to worry about, we can cover you tight and make you have to stand in the pocket, and that's just not going to work.
Ain't no scrambling.
None of that.
None of that.
So it happened like we thought it was. We thought that was probably the most likely outcome. And I didn't feel good about picking the 49ers because I love me some Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but I picked them because it seemed obvious, and it played out to be that way.
Yeah.
If I'm the Packers, man, you go into this draft, get you some wide receivers. You bought your defense this year, now go out and buy your offense. Like,
weapons.
That's all y'all need is some more weapons because you have a young running back who's a stud. Aaron Rodgers still got years left, and now you got to go out and get some people on the outside because if you think back to a few years back during the McCarthy days, they had the Jordy Nelson, they had the Randall Cobb, they had a guy on the outside, they had like two guys on the outside and a guy in the slot. That's the thing. Brett Favre, he had the Donald Drivers of this world. They always got a dog out there, but y'all need a couple extra in today's NFL, especially if you want to get back to where you're going. San Francisco, they are who we thought they were.
Antonio Brown's available.
Listen, don't. That's how it happens on this show, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it goes down. Anything can happen at any moment. We can say anything at any moment. Just throw somebody off. I don't even want to say that man's name. I'm not saying that man's name, bro. There's issues there. There are some mental issues there. I don't want to look up and see a Netflix promotion on this guy.
Hey, that 30 for 30 is going to be fire.
Oh my God. One of the greatest downfalls ever for a wide receiver, just plummeted.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, like the 49ers can rush the passer. They can run the football. They have
you through 6 passes.
Yep. and
he got away with it.
And their defense did remind me of the Ravens when that D was so good, and there's just nothing you could do about it. But don't sleep on that offense because that tight end's for real. They got some things like that work for them.
And the running back,
Mostert. Yeah.
My man, he was running that thing.
He was running that thing. And at the end of the day, the Packers just did not have enough. Outclassed. The athleticism was another notch, and it happened.
Yeah, when you just line up and just push them off the line of scrimmage anytime you want to,
Yep.
that's demoralizing. I don't even want to play no more.
Right. That's how you want us to be.
That's how I want us to be. Just maul them off the line. And then at the end of it, listen, take the 4 yards, take the 5 yards, take the 4 yards, take the 5 yards. Because by the time you get to the second half, they're going to be like, we don't want to play no more.
Yep.
And then you're going to break one.
Right.
Just have that mentality. Crush them every single play. And that's what the 49ers did. They made Green Bay look unprepared. Like they just showed up and then do an inch of film work. So shout out to the 49ers. Not the sexiest pick, but they definitely deserve to be there. They remind me, like you said, the Ravens. They remind me of that Seattle defense. And that went against the Broncos the first time. They look legit. So in the AFC, Titans and Kansas City, this guy picked the Titans. I don't know. I just want to be wrong that day, I guess. I just wanted to be wrong, I guess.
Hey man, that was some good Kool-Aid though.
Listen, it was
legit.
tasty at that time.
That was legit, bro.
It was tasty at that time.
The game plan was what we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It was legit.
And it looked good for 12 minutes.
12 minutes. 12 minutes. He was feeling good.
And then Pat Mahomes went Super Saiyan on him, and it was just a wrap after that. Like this, I mean, he's just unconscious. Just the narrative on this man after this string of wins is it justified though? I don't know. Like he's the best player in sports right now. He's the best quarterback we've ever seen. He's the best 23-year-old that ever. I don't know. I'm not going that far right now, but the man is bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the bell. Okay. This bell on our show, It has many different, value. It can be used at any time.
Yeah.
It shows up when you mispronounce. It shows up when you say something crazy. It shows up when you write. Good joke.
It's a troll bell.
It's everything.
It's everything.
So let me introduce everybody to the bell.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna ring this bell.
Okay.
Everybody hold your horses here. Slow down. Okay? All right?
All right.
The man got back to where he was supposed to be, and he got over that hump.
Yeah.
All right? Lost last year in the AFC Championship game. Got back there this year as a group.
Yeah.
Pretty much they ran it back. They had a couple of additions. And then they're healthier. And they got there. Now they're in the Super Bowl, okay?
Yeah.
They were one of the favorites this year. Can you dethrone the Patriots? As the season went on, you could kind of see that coming. But everybody slow down on this best to ever do it and the best in sports. And come on, y'all. Like, get a man a chance.
It's thick out here.
Whoa.
The love is real thick.
I think the love is legit, but let's be mindful that we putting too much on them. They're in the Super Bowl. Let them become a Super Bowl champ. Mm-hmm. All right. And then let them have some longevity at this. Let's see if they get a run together. And we're looking at the Chiefs, a Chiefs dynasty possibly.
Yeah.
Does he have potential to be one of the greatest? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But slow down on the right now. That's my opinion on that storyline.
Gotcha.
That was a first take storyline for sure.
Max Kellerman is slurping him down. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen.
Soundbite. That's all we do. That's what we doing. Soundbite.
Clickbait.
Yep. Come on.
But back to the game, which is the most important part. They got handled, the Titans. It was just after a certain part, they just didn't have that ammunition. There was a one-trick pony. One trick got shut down, and Kansas City's in the championship.
Hey, you got to give kudos to Kansas City because you come into this game, and it's very clear what has to be done.
Right.
It was two different styles. Which style was going to win? If you're Kansas City, you had to put 8 in the box, and you had to stop the run.
Right.
If you're Tennessee, you're going to say, hey, we came here with Derrick Henry. We're going to ride this train till the wheels fall off, right? If you're Tennessee, you got to be able to cover in space and you got to be able to rush the quarterback, which is dangerous because he's mobile too. So it was one or the other. Big ups to Tennessee. You got here on legit. This wasn't no fluke, ladies and gentlemen. That running game was for real.
Yeah, you beat the Ravens. Legit.
Yes. And so you got to give Kansas City the credit because They stood up to the big bad wolf and they won.
Yep.
And their style, to your point of it demoralized, it took the energy, the balloon, the air out of the balloon, right? With Tennessee, their style won. You got to be able to cover Kansas City in space. Weapons all over the field, plus the guy playing quarterback can fling that thing.
He's a baller.
And at the end of the day, they won out. And so credit to Kansas City because you held them at bay. We went into this game knowing if you're Kansas City and you get up, Tennessee can't come back.
Right.
Because Tannehill's not that guy.
No lead is safe either.
Yes, and no lead is safe. So if you're Tennessee, you got to get up almost identical to how you got up on Baltimore, which you got to get up to the point of where everybody looking around going, what is going on?
Right.
And before you know it, you done won the game by the time they recovered.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Nope. You gave them one good quarter. One good quarter. Bang! Let's go.
Yep.
No, that wasn't enough. Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Yep. I kept that game on DVR for next season.
Yeah, it's not.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's a weapon that we haven't seen in a while. So, shout out to Kansas City. Now Andy Reid's back in the Super Bowl.
There you go. Congratulations.
Shout out to him. And now, we get a Kansas City 49ers Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's not what the prediction was at the start of the season, but that's where we're at. And it's a classic matchup.
It is.
Great offense, dominant defense, right? Some people would say the phrase, right? Defense wins championships. But you have possibly the next coming of an all-time great quarterback.
Right.
Because what trumps what in this situation? And that's what we're going to answer next week.
Good tease. Yeah, early view on this game.
Yeah,
is to your point is exactly that. You got a great defensive front. You got good safeties. You got good corners, and they can get after Mahomes. And then you got the offensive side of the ball, all these weapons, and a mobile guy. This guy he's a technician, y'all. He's a surgeon.
Yeah.
So don't sleep. I think from a San Francisco perspective, it's not just about getting after him, but you got to confuse him a little bit. You got to show him something, because if I'm Kansas City, I'm going to spread you out. I'm only going to run it to keep you honest. And if that busts, and I get something out of that, that's extra. But I'm spreading you out, and I'm going to say, hey, Patrick, hey, you're going to throw it 40 to 50 times this game. And I'm going to spread you out and see what we can do. And if you're San Francisco, you're counting on that front four to get after him. And you're saying, we can rush you with just that front four and drop 7.
Yeah.
But can you, with your 7, play in space? That's where it is.
That, talk about recording for the
right.
Summer. That defense, that front 7 is so dominant that your back end could be average.
Yep.
Because they only have to cover for so long before they get after it, right?
Yep.
As long as they're all professionals, they know what they need to do to keep the guy in front of them. They know the route combinations. They watch enough film to be good enough. Richard Sherman is a good corner. He's not elite anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, his wheels ain't there, but he's smart. He's the smartest guy on the field. So especially if I'm playing on Bosa's side, I know these routes are short over here on this side, and I'm doing what I can so this ball can't come off. And I know that I can only need to cover for so long. So that defense, man, I don't want to foreshadow anything, but that defense is legit.
Oh, it's real.
But so is Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
So I think the line opened up at 1.5. For Kansas City. That's one of the closest lines in Super Bowl history.
Wow.
Now you definitely you expect the bettors to push that line one way or another by the time we get to the game, but that's how much of a toss-up this game is in most people's eyes.
Yeah, it is. And at the end of the day, that's what you have. Like we said, 2 contrasting styles. Offensively, San Francisco is not about to overpower you. What we did see is they can run the ball. Now, I'm not sure they can run the ball against Kansas City the way they ran it against Green Bay. Not to say that Kansas City's defense is much better than Green Bay's, But Green Bay, Kansas City is coming off of stopping.
They came on strong.
They came on strong.
It
They stopped the dog.
It reminds me when the Colts won, right? Their defense was trash all year.
Yep.
Peyton Manning took them all the way to the playoffs. But then when the playoffs started, Bob Sanders and those guys, they just played 4 good games of defense.
Yep.
You know, that's pretty much all you really need. So right now, Kansas City's playing 3 good games of defense. That's all you really need. Support the guy that's going to take you there and play 3 good games of defense so you get a championship.
Wow. If you're San Francisco, it's like, come on, defense, do your thing, and we'll do just enough to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
And if you're Kansas City, it's come on, defense, just do what you got to do, and the offense, you take over. So is the offense going to win a championship or is the defense going to win a championship? We'll let you know next week how we feel
on the next Dragon Ball Z. Right. All right. So make sure if you guys want to give your options now, you can put them in the chat, put them in the YouTube. We are open to all those, but let you know once you put it in writing,
it's there.
It's there.
It's official.
It's recorded.
We will hold you accountable, especially if you get ridiculous with your predictions.
With you, man. But I expect that line to go like 3.5.
It's going, I expect to be somewhere in that 3.5 to 4. Either way, it's going to lean some direction, but 3.5 is a good spot.
Yeah, if you bet now, because it's going to move. That line's definitely going to move.
Yeah.
So I got a question for my Lions fans. Okay, so a lot's been talked about Matthew Stafford and what the Lions should do. They've been putting him in trade, not rumors, but things they should do, right? This is probably the most polarizing quarterback offseason in a while, not because the amount of quarterbacks, which is quite large, but the caliber of quarterbacks this year, right? We don't know what's going to happen with Phillip Rivers. He moved out of L.A., now he's moving to Florida. His time as a Charger is probably over.
Is he headed to the Dolphins?
Or maybe Tampa Bay. I see him as a Buccaneer, but I'm not going to, I'm just throwing stuff out.
Old man Rivers.
So is he done? Eli Manning retired, so he took himself out that fray. All the Saints quarterbacks are free agents, right? Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater, Tyson Hill. Tom Brady's a guy that's going to be out there. Marcus Mariota, Ryan Tannehill. It's a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of guys at a high magnitude. So things are being thrown around because we're trying to see what fits where. So Lions fans, I got to ask you a question. What should we do with Matthew Stafford? Number 1, keep him. Don't worry about it. Let him play out his contract. He is the all-time leader in stats, maybe wins ever. Let him run out his contract and rock with Stafford.
Okay.
That's an option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second option, you have the 3rd pick overall, draft Tua. You draft Tua, get him groomed under Stafford. You can cut Stafford after next year, and his money's dead. So then you're in a grooming process. Do you waste your number 1 draft pick, or do you see it as a waste, or do you see Tua as a guy, right? You got to be high on that pick for that to move forward.
Got to be high on Tua.
Right?
Yep.
Next, do you trade with the New England Patriots if Tom Brady leaves and you trade away Matthew Stafford for a king's ransom? Maybe you get some defensive players. You get a couple first-round draft picks. What is your value of Matthew Stafford? Because they threw it out there. Why don't Stafford and the Lions and the Patriots, they're very friendly with one another. We've done a lot of trades in the past. Stafford for 2 first-round picks for the New England Patriots and X-player. Is that enough to get rid of Stafford? And then you still can draft Tua Tagovailoa.
At 3?
At 3.
Well, okay. How are you? So you don't give up your 3rd round. You don't give up your number 3.
No.
And you trade Stafford for picks and a player.
Right. Is it worth it?
And now you're riding with a rookie quarterback this year.
Right.
On a team that you know is going to be bad.
And draft assets.
And then you go bad again and draft Trevor Lawrence to follow.
Listen, that's me. I'm just throwing out there. Or what about this scenario? You give up a king's ransom to the Cincinnati Bengals to get to number one. You give up Stafford, 2 or 3 first-round picks, and whatever they want, so you can go number one to get Joe Burrow.
So when you brought the 3, I in my head was thinking there's one missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I'm thinking is missing. But now this is in my opinion, and I'm not a Lions fan.
Right.
I don't. If I'm in your shoes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Tua.
You don't want Tua.
I don't want Tua. Now,
Okay.
listen. In 12 months, if Tua's throwing lasers and throwing touchdowns in the NFL, I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because I said it. It's on tape. We got it, right?
All right. Okay.
If I'm a Lions fan, I don't want Tua. I want Joe Burrow.
He's not that guy.
Okay. So if you're the Lions fan that believes Joe Burrow is not that guy.
Well, no, I'm saying to you.
Tua is not that guy.
Yeah, for you.
To me, Tua is not that guy. Joe Burrow's that guy.
Okay.
And to me, you're at 3 and you need to get to 1.
Right.
Now, that's a pipe dream. Because if I'm Cincinnati, there is 0 way that I can show up.
Listen, the GM said all things are on the table.
He's supposed to say that.
Okay, then.
Mr. GM of the Cincinnati Bengals, whatever your name is, probably last name Brown.
But I'm just saying, Lions fans, if you woke up tomorrow morning and said,
Okay.
Lions gave up
Then
Matthew
that's what you
Stafford,
want.
2 first-round picks, and
And-
Snacks Harris, I don't know,
Yep.
and Darius Slay
Yep.
to Cincinnati
For Joe Burrow.
for the number 1 overall pick in this draft, which is
Take
going to be Joe Burrow.
Take it.
Would you be mad?
Take it. If you're a Lions fan, you would be. If we call that, and so now that's a different question. If I wake up and it happened, would you be mad? You better not be if you're a Lions fan.
Okay.
You take that.
You take that.
What's the most likely scenario? Let's go realistic. Which one do you want them to do? If you go realistic, I think getting to number 1 is unrealistic.
Okay.
Then I think
Cincinnati denies.
Cincinnati denies.
You wake up the next morning. The Detroit Lions have traded Matthew Stafford
Oh God.
to the to the New England
Oh,
Patriots
God.
for 2 first-round picks, and they plan on drafting Tua Tagovailoa and 2 more first-round picks.
You've been practicing his last name.
No.
That because you're saying you're right. That is no. Do not do that.
Do not do that.
Do not do that.
You rather just rock with Stafford
No. You draft Tua
and
and let Stafford teach Tua how to play.
let Tua heal for a year.
Here's what I want. If I'm a Lions fan, here's the question that I want to ask after all these many years of the pain y'all been through. Because I'm asking it the same question. I was asking the same question until last summer when all of a sudden I had hope. Sooner or later, when are we going to do this the right way? And let me qualify right with just kind of the conventional, normal way where we bring a guy in, we let him learn because you got a guy here already.
Nah, they don't do that no more.
Okay, so again,
But it would
where
happen
is it?
in this situation because he's nursing an injury, right?
right.
So he would sit.
So why not? Why? And here's what I'm saying. I know that's not the way to do it, but what I need as a Lions fan is I need my front office to show me that there is some type of strategy here, which it's a struggle bus on the strategy. Every year, Lions fans have great sports talk radio leading up to the last Thursday in April. And then with the 12th pick in the NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select
Random
TJ Hawkinson.
white TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Okay? Like every year, this happens. And I enjoy watching you have all this hope. I think this year I'm going to watch you try not to have hope and suppress. But low key, you're going to
Listen,
reverse psychology.
at the third pick, there's nothing there. There's nothing sexy at the third
Yes.
pick.
No, I disagree.
It's Joe Burrow or Chase Young. There's nothing else after that.
There's the corner from Ohio State.
That's not like a sexy
No, but
pick.
you listen. Lions fans.
It's not a sexy pick.
I'm speaking to the whole nation, but I'm talking to you.
It's not sexy.
Dre,
Not sexy.
Stop with the sexy pick. You've been hoping for sexy pick for the last, how long we been knowing each other? 10 years.
Oh, man.
And every year.
Sexy, though.
No, you don't.
I do.
You need it to make sense. You need some normalcy in your draft life.
Third pick, a corner at 3.
Hey, man.
A corner?
Listen, Denzel Ward's going to be really good, bro.
Bro,
You got to start somewhere. That's my problem with the Lions.
Though.
Every year, bro. Every year the Lions make this random pick and nobody understands.
You can't pick a corner at 3, man. I need somebody that's going to change the franchise.
Where do you want that change to start from, sir?
I want to wake up and read that Matthew Stafford was traded to Cincinnati for the number 1 overall pick.
So there you have it, everybody. That's his answer.
That's what I want.
That's his answer. That's your answer.
But as Lions fans, are you willing to groom Tua? Are you willing? Or are you going to take a corner at 3?
Listen, as a Lions fan, you need to understand what is the direction. Like, this is, if I'm a Lions fan, let's hypothetically
we don't got no direction, man.
Oh, well then, what are we talking about it for then? If I'm a Lions fan, I want to hear the pick, and I want to look at the bottom of the screen and go, needs. Here, 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 and here. Major needs. Here, here, and here.
Like, who are these people? I don't want you, Jeff Okudah. I don't like.
No, that's the corner. He's really
I don't
good.
want you. I don't want
really
you,
good.
Mekhi Becton. I don't want you, offensive lineman from Louisville. I don't want you, Jedrick Willis.
He's really
D tackle from Alabama. I don't want you, Derek Brown, Auburn D tackle, or you Tristan Wirfs or Isaiah Simmons is pretty good. I don't want these people.
Who are we getting?
You're getting Andrew Thomas.
We don't need another D tackle. We need
offensive line. That's an offensive line.
Oh, is it OL?
That's an offensive lineman. Offensive tackle.
We're projected to listen.
Get another Thomas.
Browns fan, it better be an O lineman. That's what I say. I don't need nothing else on my team. I want in the first round the Cleveland Browns that number 12 pick O lineman. In the second round, the 40th pick goes to the Browns at O lineman. The third round, the 58th, the 63rd pick goes to O line. That's what I want to see in Cleveland. In Detroit, you want to see a pick, sir. You got to get out of your feelings about, I don't want this, I don't want that. What you should want is order. What you should want is,
but it's not going to come because we got the same ownership. So let me get some. I need a transcendent player.
So I have a question. Sir, you posed the question. Yeah. My question to you is, if it ain't believed that it's going to show up and you need a transcendent player, but you just said, I don't believe in the ownership anyway. So none of this is going to happen.
Yeah, but sometimes the player trumps the ownership. Sometimes.
That's not this draft.
Sometimes.
That's not this draft. That's not this draft.
It could be if I wake up tomorrow and see Matthew Stafford is traded to the Cincinnati Bengals and 3 future number 1 picks and Darius Slay and Snacks Harrison and Kenny Golladay, and they all went to Cincinnati for Joe Burrow.
And so Joe Burrow comes in and you have nobody to throw it to. So let me ask you this.
But
okay, who's picking a number 2? Miami?
No, somebody.
Maybe you do like Chicago and them did the other year. They just
Washington.
Well, Washington wants Chase Young. They have a quarterback already. Listen, can I answer again?
It's not a Lions fan. The question's not for you. Okay. We're going to pick a corner at number 3 and suck. But that's okay as long as we get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, because it makes sense. I think one day y'all got to hope for a draft to make sense. Every year we look at the board and go, all right, look, somebody's there that you like. Or we go, look, their need can get filled right here. There's somebody that can fill a need. This organization never fills their needs. They go and or what we all think the need is, they don't ever see it, and they go and make this random pick. It's always so random. And I'm sorry, Lions fans, but it's always a random white guy that's picked. Except for the year Ebron got picked.
Yeah.
But that was the same thing. What in the world is a tight end being drafted? And what do you know? Years later, they look up and they do it again. So, Dre, I'm sorry. I think that what you want is you want to understand what they did at 3. So if they picked the corner, you want to hear them say, here's why we picked him, and here's the plan.
It makes sense. I get it.
You want the best player available at 3.
It's not going to help us win.
Not yet. But that's the draft is, right? The draft is about building for your future.
It's supposed to help us win now. The 49ers won 4 games last year. And now they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah. They bought some people. They drafted some people. And they traded some people. And they made a team.
Right.
I need us to do that.
Well, but you already know that's not happening.
I know. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
What's your second question?
That was it. That was my question. That was my scenarios that I was posing. What, like, you rather keep Stafford? You want to draft Tua, have him groomed? You want to get rid of Stafford, get as much as you can from Stafford, draft Tua, get as much assets as you can from Stafford now? Or do you want to try to give King's ransom to Cincinnati and try to see what you can get?
I think, man, if you're the Lions, you want to me, when I look at the Lions, I need a quarterback or a running back. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand, and I've never understood about the Lions, is the front office doesn't prepare well for the future. Man,
Scouts are trash.
Stafford's on his way out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need a quarterback. This is a good draft to get one, or it's a good draft to be bad and get one next year in Trevor Lawrence. And I think listen, you have a knack for throwing stuff out there that come true, okay? The Trevor Lawrence to the Lions is real because the Lions can be that bad next year. They really can. That Trevor Lawrence to the Lions is real. If I'm you, I'm hoping for an 0-16, which would be great for me because then I'm not. Now it's 2-1 with 0-16 teams. But bro, you want it to make sense. And I think if you're the Lions, get the best player available at 3 and suck again and get Trevor Lawrence. And that will be the beginning of your rise, is you get your franchise guy at quarterback and build around him. My concern with your organization is they always fail to build around. I've been begging y'all to draft a running back to get some semblance of a running game.
They do draft running backs, but they draft the wrong running back.
They draft the 4th round running back that's got head issues.
Kerryon Johnson, 2nd round running back. That now you're trying to promote him. It doesn't happen.
He's not that guy.
Javid Best, 85 concussions in college, but you want to draft him anyway. The big guy with dreads, I can't remember his name. You draft him. You think he was going to be great. He lasted like 3 games before he got hurt. You suck, Detroit Scouts. You suck at it. You haven't drafted a good running back in decades.
They haven't drafted a good player in decades. I'm sorry. No, Stafford's the last good player they drafted. Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
And that's a toss-up. Calvin was obvious. I mean, 6'8". Like, you had to. So, and that's what people were saying at draft day. Look, they just drafted Charles Rogers, R.I.P. Mike Williams, Roy Williams. Nobody wanted another wide receiver. But you got to draft this guy because it's a surefire slam dunk, and you'd be dumb not to draft him.
And you wish you were one pick up to be in that position, right? So it'd be Chase Young coming, or it'd be Joe Burrow. But, sir, at the end of the day, and it's not debatable, Matt Stafford changed the course of this organization, bro.
He changed the course?
Yeah, man, they were horrible.
Jim Caldwell.
Oh, there y'all go.
I'm not giving Stafford nothing.
Okay. Well, then you're right. You don't, and I'm not going to fight for the guy because I've given my 2 cents on Stafford. Y'all are so disrespectful of him in this city. Man. It's always this guy's fault. You're so disrespectful. Y'all, please, just make it make sense. Or not. Then I'm going to be cracking up on draft night because I can't wait. Like, I'm going to bring an extra camera for draft night because I want to make sure that we record.
This is going to be so unsexy. At number 3,
there's only 2 sexy picks in the draft.
Detroit Lions select
The best player on the board.
OBDB from Ohio State cornerback.
Hey, Ohio State corners do well in this league, bro.
Since when?
Okay.
Because you got one don't mean nothing.
Hey, you got Slay on one side, the youngster on the other. That's what you start building your defense, right? What wins championships? Defense. Start building the D. Then they go second round and maybe they get something.
Listen, don't try to forecast they draft because it's not gonna go the way that it's supposed to go.
Listen.
At number 3, they draft offensive lineman Mike Thomas that y'all was supposed to get at 7.
Yep, that's how that's gonna go.
That's how that's gonna go.
Tune in for the draft. Watch it with us, y'all.
Jeez.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it's gonna be a great show.
It's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, the Lions are gonna definitely draft.
Could have got Ed Oliver last year.
Greedy Williams.
Oh my God.
The running back.
Draft E.E. Brown. We got Odell.
Oh God.
Oh, it's Frank Ragnarok. Like,
oh yeah, Frank Ragnarok, my guy.
God.
Did he play last year?
Yeah, like center, guard, tackle. They don't know where they want to put him. Could have had Devin Bush, Tre'Davious White. He could have had anybody, bro. Like, these are the people that you keep picking. It's sad.
Sorry.
Listen. I broke the curse. My son, I'm not making my sons Lions fans. I'm not doing it.
Good for you.
I'm not doing it.
Good for you.
They like players that I will not make them. Hey, son, let's watch the Lions game.
Good.
I'm not doing that to them.
Good.
I'm breaking the curse.
Good. My son's not a Lions fan already.
Break the curse.
He's a Panthers fan.
Hashtag break the
He
curse.
would never be a Lions fan.
All right, so let's shift over to the NBA. National Basketball Association was on fire last night. Man, to make all that line up, like the Pelicans told the league officials that Zion will be playing against the Spurs this night. They flipped the games, made it a national televised game, and they promoted the hell out of that game all week.
Isn't that interesting? They pushed their guy, right?
Yes.
But the NBA doesn't do that.
What you mean? What's the shot?
Wait,
Shots over my head.
No, remember the discussion? The NBA doesn't promote stars.
Oh yeah. At the party. Yeah, man. They pushed this guy hard. I mean, the commercials, like you couldn't get through an ESPN commercial without knowing that Zion was coming to play his first NBA game. The number 1 overall draft pick was lacing him up in the regular season. Is going to score his first professional basketball point. And the jump, everybody, like it was just so hype. It was so electric to the point where I just wanted that 76ers game to get off my TV.
Yep.
So I can watch like the introductions. Like y'all gotta show the introductions. Like I need to see this. And like, man, when I tell you that first half was so lackluster, like I was like, dang, he's gonna get off.
It's still Pelicans and Spurs.
Man, it's like the Spurs was popping them, bro.
Yep.
Like it was just layup. I was like, dude, they about to get blown out. He got like 4 points and 4 turnovers. Oh, it's gonna be bad.
Pelicans and Spurs, ladies and gentlemen. National television.
It was so bad at first.
That sounds horrible.
And then the young fella got off.
Got it in.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
He did his thing. The range that he showed, the non-jumping jumper, the all-arms jumper, flick. Hey, that's a big man 3 right there. I'm not jumping from this spot, this area. Cash.
Yep.
So yeah, it was good to see. Good to see him on the floor, number 1 draft pick. Everybody's rooting for the kid. I do find it interesting that they're trying to teach him how to land and how to run and how to jump. How effective do you think that'll be? Like, do you think how effective do you think he'll be down the line? Or do you see like an injury riddled career?
Oh God, I hope not, right? 22 7-3, 8 of 11 from the field, hit all his 3-pointers.
Yeah,
right?
4 for 4.
So please no, like we all want to see this kid excel. We all want to see him become a great professional and hopefully become one of the greatest. Like our kids need their era guy. Like who's the guy that is next? LeBron's on his last. We don't know how many are left.
Yeah.
Who's the next guy that becomes that guy, the face of the league, as we always say? I don't want to see an injury-riddled career. I think it's weird that they're doing what they're doing with the whole reteaching the jumping. And when he had gone through surgery, they were teaching him how to walk a certain way and teach him how to run a certain way. What's up, B? I think at the end of the day, I really hope that at some point they turn him loose. Now, shout out to the kid if he turns loose with his new method, because I've never heard of it before. So we never heard anything like this.
Teach a person how to
like the jump shot had the little, the old guy, because you remember his jump shot at Duke, he jumped. Mm-hmm. He actually shot with some lift. Mm-hmm. So
that was just months of him not being able to jump, and he just was flicking that thing in the gym.
Right.
So he got wet. He got doing it like that.
So I don't know, man. I definitely don't think he's the same guy if we can't see him do his thing at the rim.
Right.
That's where the amazing Zion comes out. It's not his ability to shoot the 3-ball. It's the explosiveness. It's the power at the rim. He's young, so he's going to have that mindset that I'll challenge anybody up there. That's the part that we all want to see, and I hope and pray we get to see.
Yeah, I mean, I put the kid on the pedestal for a while, so I definitely want to see him do his thing. I'm upset that, at first that he went to New Orleans, but now it's turned out to be a good thing. Good.
We got a question.
What's the question?
Brian says, guys on 97.1, the ticket said he needs to lose weight. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, he definitely needs to tighten it up, but that'll come as you become a pro, probably, I would say a good 15.
Yeah, I agree. Frame. It looks about 15 to 20 pounds will probably do him, justice and do him what he needs, because that'll probably take that pressure off his knees. Yeah. And I mean, a lighter, slimmer, faster guy, usually that's a little bit of pounds here and a little bit of pounds there. Yeah. And ultimately it works itself out. So I definitely think that losing weight helps.
Yeah. And a 19-year-old kid. He'll learn his nutrition.
This game been coming to him like, I weigh 260 and I can jump out the gym. Sure, I'm going to keep jumping out the gym,
That nutrition piece will come and the 82 games and the stress and everything. That stuff will just come off of him. And I'm pretty sure that staff is working with him to get it down naturally, nothing too crazy, just to keep his explosion and everything like that. But I do hope that he's around for a long time, and I do hope he lives up to the hype. And I like the way they're slowly, nurturing him. I did not agree with taking him out the game.
I didn't either.
5 minutes left in the game, and he got y'all back in the game. Like, y'all was getting blasted. And then when you took him out the game, y'all was up 2 points. Like, come on, man. Let him finish that,
And you let him do it. Like, I get your baby in him back, but he's been gone, and y'all been taking your time. But you got to let the horses run.
Especially if you want a dub. Like, he had y'all in there.
But did they want a dub?
Yeah, they want a dub. Yes. They ain't winning the lottery 2 years in a row. And right now, the 8th seed is up for grabs. Between them, Ja doing his thing with Memphis, they got the AC right now. They just went on a tear and just took it over.
Ja, way to go, baby.
Yeah, it was like it's a couple teams like within 4 to 5 games of that 8th seed, and it's gonna be fun to see when the second half of the season comes, like who puts themselves in a good position to take that seed over.
Right.
So if they if you got a shot to make the playoffs, why not make the shot? That's more money, that's more revenue, that's more promotion. It's more Zion. The league wants Zion, obviously, right? The league wants Zion, so why not get him in his first playoffs?
Yeah, I agree with you. Shouldn't have took him out. Oh my gosh, shouldn't take him out. It's like what?
He tried to do it so nicely too. Like, come on, coach. Like, just please don't.
Good kid, right?
Dude, please don't do this to me right now. Like, please don't do this. All right, cool. That's whatever. I just
I gotta do what the
I
coach
gotta do it
says.
until I surpass you, coach.
Yep.
You listen to me.
Yep.
I guess I gotta listen to you.
That's how it goes, Zion. Today's NBA, but you'll be there one day.
You'll be there,
Stay healthy,
man.
young fella.
Man,
Then you'll be able to make. You can sub yourself in and out.
Right.
Right.
I watched it totally off topic, but I was watching this video. Pat McAfee, the punter guy.
Yep.
Man, he's hilarious, bro. I was listening to his podcast. And he was talking about like Peyton Manning's presence in the huddle. And he was like, you know, back when Austin Collie, before he had all those concussions, he was balling like his first year, just a rookie. He was snatching every ball. He had got Peyton Manning's confidence, right? So he said he did an out route. Peyton threw it to him. It was the ball was a little high. Collie went up with one hand trying to grab it, but it was just too far out and he couldn't grab it. So he's jogging back to the huddle, and Peyton Manning just goes. And Collie's like, and Peyton Manning goes, just pointing him out the huddle. So Austin Collie just like puts his head down, just starts jogging off the field.
What?
And Collie was like, "No, you're in the game." He was like, "No, I'm not." Like Peyton kicked me out. He's like, "Get in the game." So he goes to jog back in the huddle. Peyton Manning looks out of the huddle and goes, "What's him out the huddle, bro?" So they had to send in like some third, fourth.
Oh my God.
So like McAfee said, like, all right, so it was 3 and out. So I go into punt. You know, I punt and I go back in the game, and like something must have happened because Austin's on the bench just looking dejected.
What?
So I'm like, bro, what happened? And he was like, Peyton told me if I ever tried to catch one of his balls with one hand again, I wouldn't be on this team.
Oh my God.
It's like that's just how baller Peyton Manning was. Like, don't you ever try to catch one of my balls with one hand. It's like Austin Collie caught every pass with 2 hands.
Dang. Is Zion that guy?
Just talk about like the player just having that much, like just kicking guys off the field. Like I don't care what the coach says.
You think Zion would ever? He's such a nice kid.
Such a nice.
Do you think he would ever get in him?
I don't know. You know, he does have that competitive fire.
Right.
I don't think he's to the point where people will turn on him like they did Dwight Howard. Yeah. You know, people turn on Dwight Howard pretty fast because he had too much fun playing basketball, right?
Right.
Nobody really, backed him up on that. But, you could tell Zion loves playing basketball, but just that first game and just that competitiveness that he just wanted just to play. And I think people really recognize that he's a child. He's a child playing a man's game.
He is.
Like the videos of him falling asleep on the bench because he's bored. Because kids nowadays have ADD and they can't do that.
Hey, man, he said he was meditating, though. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, I've been meditating lately.
He's a child.
Yeah,
he's a child. And
he's a social media kid.
Yeah, people want to root for him. And I'm with rooting for him.
Absolutely. I can't wait. When do they play again?
National TV television.
Right. Hey, if you look up and the Pelicans are on your TV a lot, it's all because of Zion.
Game, man.
They're not playing tonight. Tonight is Lakers Brooklyn.
Even if I think they'll keep him off of back-to-backs for a while.
Yeah.
So he's on his minutes things, even though they say he's not on a minute restriction, but obviously he is. But definitely they won't let him play back-to-backs either for the rest of the season or a good stretch of time. So
they said he had tomorrow night.
He had a full practice today. No restrictions.
ESPN.
Probably on ESPN.
They got the 8:00 game tomorrow.
Nuggets Pelicans
on ESPN.
But yeah, I've been on record on here saying Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Zion. I've said it. So I gotta own it and I gotta stick with it. So, it is what it is.
Jury's out. You don't look over here for support, or for
I don't look for support,
or for my call out.
I'm just saying, bro.
You are the man of bold predictions.
I said it.
To your credit, they do come true.
I'm
the man of bold, ludicrous, obnoxious, loud, boisterous predictions. That are
and when you get it right, you let everybody know.
But oftentimes they are emotionally charged, and I oftentimes they're wrong.
I just try to look ahead, man. And the same thing with this quarterback thing's happening, man. It's gonna be fun to see where all these quarterbacks land in the NFL.
Yep, it will be.
Like they said, like we talked off camera, Tyson Hill got connections with the guy that just got hired, the OC. Now with Carolina, is that where he goes? Is it Tyson Hill? Do you see Cam Newton getting cut? Phillip Rivers, he's living in Florida with his family. Does that mean Miami or Tampa Bay is in the mix? They want to get rid of. I mean, Phillip Rivers is just white Jameis Winston. Like they both give the other team the ball.
Hey, can I get Cam Newton in Chicago, please?
Cam Newton in Chicago.
I just want to drive down.
I mean, the Bears doubled down on Trubisky, so we don't know. But if you get the opportunity, who knows, right?
Well, Cam ain't being nobody's backup next year.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam Newton, you wake up tomorrow and Cam Newton's in Detroit.
I'll take that.
Of course you would.
I'll take that. I'll take anything over. Eli Manning, Hall of Famer or no?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
16-year career, 2 Super Bowl championships. Remember, one of those you won, and you guys were not gonna win. Thanks to David Tyree, I believe is his name. One of those you weren't supposed to get.
He had a lot of those just random passes. Bro.
Yeah, and then the other one was like you guys were pretty good. Dennis and said, heck no, I don't know if that's to Cam or if that's to Cam in Detroit or to the Hall of Fame question, but yeah, Hall of Famer, man. 16-year career, 2-time champion, and you played in the Mecca. Oh, he don't want Cam in Detroit. You played in the media Mecca, capital of the world. It's you did your thing for 16 good years, and I think when a quarterback lasts that long and you win rings, then I think you've gotten yourself
500 win-loss record though. You didn't win more than you lost.
A lot of that don't matter in the NFL though. They just look at like what did you do.
Okay.
And I think he's all of it.
Never was.
Not a first ballot or anything like that.
Okay.
He'll get, but I think he gets in. Yeah, he waits, but he gets in.
I accept that. Jeter not unanimously in the Hall of Fame. Who's that one guy? Who's that one guy that didn't get Jeter in?
Slap him. Like, but that's the knock. So we talk about didn't say Eli will get in. You talk about Hall of Fames, right? And like the different types of Hall of Fames there are.
Oh yeah, MLB is
Major League Baseball is just
that's tough.
It's tough and it's so contradictory. It's like
it's old school.
Yeah,
it's older than old
the
school.
unwritten rules.
Yeah.
And it's like every year, like Bonds' percentage ticks up a little
Bonds,
bit.
Clemens, and
they all kind of tick up. And
Yeah.
because one day, come on, guys, let's just be honest. Y'all have eras in baseball. And you can kill me with the cheating.
Yeah.
They just found out a team was using a garbage can down at the bottom of the steps.
Watch those videos. Did you watch those videos?
Yes.
Dunk, doom, doom, man.
Like, stop
That's so
it.
blatant. And then the little picture goes, "Hey man, we gotta change up the side." I know you hear that. Every time I throw a breaking ball, you watch they gonna start banging on the trash can.
As soon as they change the signs, he strikes them out.
Oh
Come
man,
on, bro. Like, you missed me with all that.
So blatant. How do you get away with that all year though?
Right.
Like nobody tipped you off. Nobody told officials. Nobody told.
People did say something.
They did.
Yeah, but they just never checked it.
I mean, but once you get to the World Series, you gotta say something, right? Oh man.
So that's why I think that they're conflicting all the time in Major League Baseball. You got these errors, people cheat, and there's an unwritten way to cheat in baseball too. So it's like y'all mad that they used the garbage can in the video screen, but there's a way to steal signs, and there's an art to all of this. But then you don't want to keep people in the Hall of Fame because they were cheating.
Right.
I just think at the end of the day, man, Hall of Famers are Hall of Famers. They all got their demons. They all got their situations. Major League Baseball is a tough one. So I think those guys should get Jeter, not unanimous. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The captain, bro.
Yeah,
We talking about the captain.
Yeah.
He played for the greatest franchise in Major League Baseball. I don't care who your fan was with. The Yankees are known to be the greatest franchise ever. And this dude is like Mr. Yankee.
Yeah, 5 of them boys.
Come on, y'all.
Come
He's
on.
he's the Jordan of that team. Like, come on, y'all. That guy.
1.
This guy gets the
Whoever you are.
told you.
Listen, there'll be an article in the Washington Post. I'm the guy.
Right.
Like he'll get his little 15 minutes.
And then you need to go high like my man, the Bartman kid from Chicago. Like, Go disappear.
Yeah.
Turn in your writer's credentials. You don't deserve to have a vote.
How dare you? Let's just do a little baseball.
Yeah, a little baseball. Nice job. Nice job. The lead guy right here. Do a great job of keeping us on.
Baseball in there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. All right. So I think we, pretty much did everything. Like you said, the NBA All-Star rosters came out for the starters. We'll see about the reserves. That's voted on by the coaches. So they're going to be the guys that deserve it. I'd like to see guys like, it would be fun to see Brandon Ingram should be a guy that gets in his first one. They say John Morant might get in on his rookie year.
Is he doing dunk contest?
The only guy I've heard doing dunk contest is Dwight Howard.
So you guys can find us on the Purple Podcast app. Oh man, thank you for all.
Oh man, but listen, the 3-point contest has been killing the dunk contest for years. So let's see Trae Young.
Yeah, but we got some guys though. Like there's some guys that can
bang. I don't know,
just
man.
want them to participate.
Yeah, if Ja can do it, that'd be nice. They asked.
Hey, that kid from Miami.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, his head hits the
bro. He can jump out the building.
Yeah.
Boing.
Yep.
I'm just saying. All right.
We'll see. I don't know. The All-Star has been.
Yeah, we'll get together and watch it.
They've been saying like try to do little things. I know CJ McCollum said have a 3-on-3 tournament for some cash. Guys pair up and get their own squads.
The league was about to have they squashed it or they put it on the back burner, but they were talking about doing some tournament.
The in-game tournament to help predict the 7 or 8 seeds.
Leave it alone. Every time somebody complains, you have to change something.
Influenced by soccer, and they got in-cup series tournaments.
I get frustrated.
Spice it up a little bit.
I get frustrated.
Stop.
I guess I'm a purist. Old school.
I mean, some stuff is good, right? Little tweaks here and there.
Little tweaks here and there
are worth it.
Take this whole thing and go, let's put a tournament in the middle of the year. That's gonna make them watch it. I don't care.
I know they're trying stuff in the G League now.
Yeah, who's holding the Larry O'Brien at the end of the season? That's all I care about.
Okay. All right.
Who won the mid-season 7-8 seed tournament? The champions. Let me do the
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey, big shout out to everybody watching the show tonight. We thank you guys for joining us live in our YouTube feed, live on Facebook. Y'all been hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Thanks for all your comments, as always. Hey, don't forget, next week we're back on, same time. Listen, man, next week's a big week, Super Bowl week. So we will give our predictions. We will talk Super Bowl next week. So you want to be here with us next week, next Thursday, 7:15, 7:30. You want to make sure you're on. And the way you can make sure you're on is you can hit that bell. Go to our page on YouTube, Academy Sports Show. Hit the bell so you'll know when we go live. You get the alert. All you got to do is jump in. What up, bro? Got to talk to you about that new podcast. Did a little tag for you. You're going to see some love on IG. My man Fred Watson down in North Kakalaki. Also, you can check us out on the Purple Podcast app for those of you iPhone users. And for those Android users, you can go to SoundCloud.com, download the SoundCloud app, or you just listen to us on SoundCloud, as we are always there posting our shows after we go live. For those of you who listen to us out there in podcast land, we appreciate your support. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the shares. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep letting the world know the Academy Sports Show is live and in color. Every Thursday night, we are here if you want to check us out. You can follow us on all our Instagrams, on Instagram and all our social medias, on Facebook at Academy Sports Show. And remember, if you're interested in any type of advertisement opportunity, hit us up at Academy Sports Show at gmail.com. That's Academy Sports Show with 2 S's, Sports Show at gmail.com. And we'll be happy to hook you up. But before we go, got to pass back over to my man Dre, because we always love to shout out our sponsors.
And when I'm being Mike Vaughn Swimming, both licensed and insured. Vaughn Swimming provides top quality services at great prices, whether it's getting up the whole waterproofing or daily home services. Call the man.
313-304-7786.
VaughnSwimming.com gives you all of the areas that they service on their maps, on their website, as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
Because that man right there is the real MVP.
Also, don't forget, if you're in your New Year's resolution, you're vibing in the gym, you're getting it in, but you feel a little sore, a little achy, you want to hit up the folks at Be Well Integrative Massage Therapy. All New Year clients, hey, hit them up, man. You get an additional 15 minutes added to your massage services if you book an appointment between January 1st and February 29th of 2020. Hit them up at 313-472-5048. Or you can email them at bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com. Again, that's 313-472-5048. Tell them that the fellas from the Academy Sports Show sent you, because listen, we here at the Academy Sports Show, we just want you to be well.
Yeah. All right, so that is it. Like Joe said, we've got Super Bowl preview coming up next week. Hopefully some things change in the NBA. When do they do the draft for the All-Star game? You know, is that next week maybe?
It's probably, I would guess it's probably next week.
Probably around that time. So hopefully we have
it live.
That content for you as well. We appreciate you as always. The YouTube, shout out to the YouTube. Make sure you follow it. Academy Sports Show. Find our faces, like our faces, follow our faces, as well as the social media, both Facebook and Instagram at Academy Sports Show. I'm your host, Andre Delegas. And I'm out next to your host, Joel Williams.
See y'all next week. No problem, buddy. We'll see you next week, though. Don't forget me next week, because I'm going to listen to that podcast. Hey, peace. Bing.